And so begins day one of my 17-day tour of Sri Lanka with car and driver. The first day starts, as you can see, with a train ride from Colombo to Anuradhapura. If you'd like background as to how I got to this car and driver tour, go back to the previous vlog, How to Travel in Sri Lanka. Welcome to Travels with Lobo, based in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Since my vlogs are the antithesis of 25 things to do in Sri Lanka, this detailed series of vlogs on Sri Lanka will be about 40 parts, so please subscribe, and if you learn something new, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. In this vlog, I'll be dealing with the following topics. You're welcome to scrub along the timeline to get to any topic that might interest you. Thank you. From the train, I get my last look at the famous Lotus Tower in downtown Colombo. Well, maybe not downtown, but in Colombo. And right in front of me is the famous Lotus Tower, built by the Chinese, I read. Not open to the public yet. Still like to go over there and check out what there is.
Hello, bro.
Hi.
Who is this, bro?
Canada. As I reach open space, that was amazing. A year later, the Lotus Tower is still not open. It was built as a telecommunications center, but it also has an observation deck, and that's the part that's not open. 350 meters tall, 17 stories high. The Lotus Tower was part of the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative that I talked about in vlog number 7, costing over $100 million. But when it finally opens to the public, it will definitely be among the top attractions, excuse the pun, of Colombo. Trying to hold on to the last glimpse, even though it's pretty well not up and down, but yeah, that's on my way north to Anuradhapura. Train's been stopped for quite a while in this tiny village. Kind of a bummer if you live right here. Wonder whether that man speaks Tamil or Sinhala. Two. Tamil or Sinhalese. Considering how the train is heading to the far north, I would bet on Tamil. As you'll see in the following clips, the landscape between Colombo and Anuradhapura is basically flat, green, agricultural, and yeah, it's not exactly tea country, which is hilly and beautiful, but it's beautiful nevertheless.
Present station Anuradhapura.
So there's my driver and the train that I came on. Yes, there was absolutely no problem. As I got off the train, there was a man standing there with a sign with my name on it, and that was my driver. And his name was Sympath, same name as the man at the Railway Station Information Center, Sympath. And Sri Lanka also has a famous bank called the Sympath Bank. It's a big name, Sympath. You'll find the Sympath Bank in every town and city and village, and most importantly, they have over 375 ATMs throughout the country. Very important as a tourist. So here at the Chudi restaurant, we find my driver. Hi, Sympath. How are you?
I'm fine, good, sir.
Okay, good. I'm sure you enjoyed eating here, right?
I think so.
The food was really good, right?
Yes, it's
okay.
fantastic.
Let's go now.
Yeah.
I did a lot of joking around with my driver, and here I'm pretending we had just eaten a wonderful meal, and, well, he went along with it. And just as a point of information, you're not expected to provide meals for your driver. That's just something if you wish to do so, and I did every once in a while. And he did an excellent job taking me through a good part of Sri Lanka. Now, Sympath was my driver for half the trip from Anuradhapura to Kandy. Unfortunately, due to family circumstances, he could no longer continue. Importantly, his level of English was good, as he had spent, I believe, 2 years in Saudi Arabia working as a chef. It's important to note that my trip started in the northernmost part of Sri Lanka's so-called Cultural Triangle. This area of Sri Lanka is known as the Cultural Triangle because it contains 6 out of 8 of Sri Lanka's UNESCO World Heritage Site, including the ancient capital of Anuradhapura. That's where I'm starting. Anuradhapura is still a pilgrimage destination for Buddhists around the world due to the Bodhi tree, said to have grown from a branch from the original Bodhi tree in India. Bodhi tree was a large and ancient sacred fig tree located in Bodh Gaya, Bihar, India. It is said that Lord Buddha had attained enlightenment, or Bodhi, under this particular tree, 500 BC. And here's my take on it the next day. When I visited the site, I really didn't understand it too well, as you can hear, and more about that in the next vlog. From my extensive knowledge, which is zero, the original Bodhi tree was in India, or was it even in Nepal, where Buddha sat under the tree? Could have been Nepal. And the sapling was brought here to Sri Lanka, to this holy city, with all these temples in the surrounding area. So what the train station looks like. Just to backtrack a bit, I'm now off from the railway station to my first accommodations. I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. I'm just following the driver. By the pool, relaxing before going into town. One of the things you don't think about is I'm used to being right in the center of town, but with these driver hotel accommodations, they'll put you anywhere, and this is about 5 kilometers outside of town, but I guess that's why I have a driver to take me there, but I still find it a pain in the ass. My accommodations turned out to be at the Margosa Lake Resort. Like I said, it's outside the city. Nice place with a swimming pool. As you can see here, it gets a 4.0, very good rating. But my rating of the location would have been 4 out of 5. My first morning on this tour, and I'm having breakfast, looking at some of the sites in the area here. This is the Berceau, as the French call it, or the birthplace of Buddhism in Sri Lanka. Having breakfast by the pool. I don't know about you, but breakfast is always a wonderful time of day, and especially by the pool. And on this trip, the breakfasts were really good with decent coffee, marmalade, butter, toast, eggs, fruit. Yes, fruit was a big deal. Fruit was a big deal. That was always nice. So yeah, great breakfast throughout the trip. So I changed my mind, and I am carrying this brick up. I mean, how often do you get a chance to carry a brick up to a stupa in the process of reconstruction? As I go up here, can't even see the top. Let's go for it. Join me next Friday for my first full day of exploration around the holy sites of Anuradhapura. Thank you for viewing, and if you learned something in this video, please give it a thumbs up. And by the way, a special thanks to those few of you who viewed this video to the very bitter end. Thank you very much.